Hey Scorpio, welcome to Honeybird Tarot. I am Shan, and this is going to be your August 1st through 15th general reading. So before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who has left me comments, who has shared the videos, who has liked the videos, who subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you all so very much. All right, so with that said, let's get your oracle message, Scorpio. I'm going to get that from the Adinkra Ancestral Guidance deck. As usual, all the decks are pre-shuffled. Still shuffle a little bit. Hope you're doing well, Scorpio. Alright, so Scorpio, you got Inyame Wu Na Mawu. Inyame Wu Na Mawu. And that is God never dies, therefore I cannot die. A symbol of God's omnipresence and the perpetual existence of the human spirit. That is about recognizing the God within yourself. And because God never dies, neither can you. And a reminder that death is not the end. It is simply a transformation, like you going from one state of being to the next. So let's see what the guidebook says. All right. God's omnipresence, perpetual existence of man's spirit. The Akan believe that the human soul is the image of the Creator. You are a reflection of the Creator. Your soul is immortal, so concentrate on leaving a positive legacy that benefits the life you want for yourself and others. Additional meanings for this card are the human spirit is indestructible. Vibrate positively. What does your legacy look like? All right, Scorpio. Let's get into your tarot. I am going to start off with the Motherpeace tarot. And this is a new deck to me. So after I give general and intuitive meanings for the cards, I'm going to refer to the guidebook just to make sure that you're getting the fullness of your messages, Scorpio. Every deck has its own personality, and it takes some time to get to know the personality of the decks you're using. So. Okay, so Scorpio. First, you got 2 5s first. So I feel like there's a lot of change happening in your life, potentially a lot of conflict too. You have first the Hierophant, which is a number 5. So the Hierophant, a lot of times is seen as a marriage card because in the Rider-Waite there are 2 people seen standing in front of a priest. But in general, the Hierophant is about our spiritual teachers and the spiritual teachings that we follow and the way those teachers and teachings affect our life and affect our path towards our destiny. All right, so let's see what it means in the Motherpeace. The Hierophant is... The Hierophant is a somewhat depressing card. The Hierophant represents the priest, the pope, and the bowing to the authorities of organized religion and cultural law. He demonstrates how custom and tradition can control an individual's life energy. The Hierophant is the lawgiver, the internalized judge or parent in the prevailing cultural morality, the Torah, the Bible, and the Quran. So I feel like this is someone who is feeling controlled by like the rules or stipulations of institutions in their life, whether that is the spiritual path that they're following, there's the opinions and teachings of their spiritual teachers, the Bible, the Quran, the Torah. It could also be that internal voice that says, oh, don't wear that, it's not proper, or don't do that, it's not ladylike, or men don't do this, women don't do that, whatever, that inner voice that comes, that's like a composite of all the voices of authority that we hear in our lives, and the effect that those voices can have over a person's life energy as they take away your opportunities for self-determination, basically. All right, then you got another five, the Five of Wands. So this is about conflict, arguments, fights, competition. This is turmoil in someone's personal life. And I feel like it is turmoil because perhaps someone doesn't fit within the guidelines of these rules that the Hierophant has laid out for us. Someone is bucking against that sense of authority, bucking against those voices who basically will want to keep you in a box, Scorpio. Then you have the Ten of Swords. So you got 2 5s and then a 10. So the Ten of Swords in general is about coming to the end of a very painful situation that you've been in for a long time. And it breaks down to a 1. So receiving some clarity as you come to the end of that painful situation. Let's see what the Motherpeace has to say about it. Ten of Swords. Okay. Mental trips carried to the extreme, so there's nothing left to do but jump into the water. Let go and move from the head or air to the heart, water, or extremism. So this could represent someone who is going to extremes in a religious sense, with the Hierophant being here. Oh, I didn't read the Five of Wands, excuse me. So the Five of Wands is struggle, working problems out through conflict, volcanic eruption, and personal life. So I feel like there's definitely some conflicts here. Could be with a spiritual teacher or elder or someone in authority in your life. And if it's not with an authority figure, then those conflicts could just be with anyone, because people who, even people who aren't necessarily in positions of authority over you, get offended and upset when you break the agreed upon rules, especially rules of morality for your particular community or wherever you are in the world. So you could be experiencing conflict with anyone in your life because you may not want to ascribe to the spiritual teachings that you have been under up to this point. And you may be experiencing, this could be religious extremism, like, just jumping off the cliff because so-and-so says to do it. Or this could also be something that has you so wrapped up in your mental space, or something that has been so mentally painful that there's nothing to do except to get out of your head. Just jump from a place of trying to be logical about it, trying to think your way through it, and having to feel your way through instead. Deal with it from an emotional place. Then we have the Moon here in reverse. So the Moon typically is about mysteries, the divine feminine, things that are not fully illuminated, and the cycles that we go through as we find ourselves. Let's see. what the Motherpeace says the most about. Right. The oldest form of goddess worship was based on the moon and its matriarchal connections with oceanic tides and menstrual cycles. The periodicity and the power of change, intuition, and the emotional flow of the nighttime consciousness, waxing, full, and waning, virgin, mother, and crone. She rules the astral way and lights the soul's labyrinthine journey from darkness into the conscious light of day. So that's what I was talking about, the cycles we go through as we find ourselves or as we go through life. Virgin, mother, and crone. This is from the standpoint of feminine energy, or from it leans towards like female as far as gender, like the gender of all the people in the cards for the most part. But this can apply to a man or woman, or anyone in between. And this came out in reverse. So I feel like maybe someone needs to connect with the Divine Mother. Someone needs to maybe spend some time awake at night, meditating at night, reading and writing at night. Spend some time under the moon. Someone may possibly be going through like a dark night of the soul too, because there's a lot of spiritual conflict here. So that would make sense for it to be a dark night of the soul. Someone coming through a very dark and potentially scary and painful spiritual and emotional period in their life. Now, under the deck, so what is hidden or overall energy, we have the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands typically would be about making a choice as it pertains to your future and moving towards your destiny. Like making a choice to take a certain action towards your destiny, especially an action that involves like moving or relocation or moving towards a certain person, choosing that you want a certain person to be in your life for the long term, and weighing the pros and cons of each choice that you have. This could be a spark of flames or spark of passion between two people also. The Two of Wands, let's see. All right, Two of Wands. Invention, a sense of personal power and sexual attraction. So I feel like someone is going to come out of this dark night of the soul more attractive, and I feel like it's because they'll have developed their sense of personal power, and that is going to make them more sexually attractive to the people around them. All right, let's clarify. I'm clarifying with the Gaian tarot. Okay, so clarifying the Hierophant, first we have the Ace of Water. So the Ace of Water is about new love. It could be a new romantic relationship or new love for yourself. It's also the beginning of a cycle, the beginning of the life cycle of this salmon is pictured here. So you see all these eggs and then a little tiny salmon. So someone maybe you're kind of like dipping your foot in or jumping into new spiritual practices or new spiritual learning. Or there could be a love here that is maybe doesn't align with your spiritual teachings. Maybe maybe your spiritual teachers are against the type of relationship you're trying to form, or don't agree with who you've decided to form that relationship with. And Spirit is saying that you need to have strength in this situation. You need to tame the lion within, not by force or by will, but by your spiritual energy and by your intuition. You also need to recognize that you are an infinite being. You have infinite light, heat, vitality that you need to animate yourself and to put behind your passions. You are developing charisma as you wait in strength and patience. The Explorer of Fire is here. The Explorer of Fire would be the Knight of Wands. So this is someone passionate who has the energy and drive to put behind their passions as they take action and move towards those passions. This is very fast-moving energy, but it's not stable. So as quickly as this energy enters in, it leaves. This is also someone who could be a little bit of a player. So maybe... like I said, the Hierophant can sometimes represent marriage or a wedding. So maybe there's someone here who has fallen in love with someone who may be a little bit of a player, falling in love with someone who's very charming. And Spirit is saying that you need to have strength and develop patience in this relationship. It may be leading to marriage, or you may be needing to be strong and develop strength because something about this relationship goes against your spiritual teachings. There's definitely a relationship involved in this situation. Okay, so clarifying the Five of Wands, you have the Lovers. So I feel like there is conflict in or around this Lovers relationship, this soulmate relationship. And the Lovers is about a decision to basically whether or not to give into this love relationship, to be a part of this soulmate connection. And as you can see, the people in this card are deciding to go with it. And clarifying this Five of Wands, which talks about sudden and powerful upheaval in someone's personal life, or emotional upheavals, arguments, working things out by fighting. I feel like this couple may be arguing a lot. Because of someone's worry and anxiety. The Nine of Air is all about worries, anxieties, nightmares, and fears. And then the Seven of Fire is here. So the Seven of Fire, or the Seven of Wands in general, is about defending your position on higher ground. Basically, shaking the haters off, maintaining, staying on your square. But in this deck, it's more about striking while the iron is hot. Doing something, making a move to shape something or shape some situation while the opportunity is right. So I feel like there are arguments and fears about making a move. Maybe the arguments in this relationship are about whether or not to get married, whether now is the right time. Maybe someone is fearful of solidifying this relationship. Maybe the other person is fearful of not doing so. So it's causing some conflict and upheaval. So clarifying the Ten of Swords, we have the Ace of Earth or the Ace of Pentacles. This could actually be about a birth, a child being born, and if it's not, it's about an opportunity to manifest stability. So this is a seed that all your manifestations of abundance will grow out of. That could be money, property, children, anything tangible that we ascribe worth to. And usually these are things that take a long time to manifest, but they are very stable. And with it coming out clarifying this Ten of Swords, I feel like once someone has gotten out of their head, out of their mental energy, where they've been experiencing a lot of turmoil and have gone into their heart space, there will be a new opportunity to manifest stability and abundance in their life. This could very well be Scorpio. So as far as specific signs we have here, Taurus, Pisces, possibly Cancer also. Gemini, Leo. All the elements are represented, but as far as specific signs, that's what I have. All right. And the people involved don't have to be those signs. It's more of the energy. Why is the moon here? I feel like someone really does need to go within, connect with the moon, connect with the divine feminine, and the divine mother to temper and balance themselves. The temperance card is here. This is the Sagittarius card, but it's about balancing in all the elements within yourself: the fire, the air, the water, and earth within yourself. Also, bringing your mental and emotional space into balance. So that you can balance your actual temper as well, your disposition in general. And then the Elder of Water, Scorpio, this is you. Some people say it could be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. I definitely feel like this is Scorpionic energy. This is someone who loves very, very deeply. Even if the surface of their love or the surface of their emotion is very still and tranquil, it's deceiving. It seems a lot more shallow than it really is. This could be someone who is very careful about when, where, and how, and to whom they express emotion. But that doesn't mean that the emotion is absent. Inside, they are actually a very loving, a deeply loving person. But they are just quiet about that. Could have a very peaceful demeanor. Maybe even a little cold, seeming. And then under the deck, we have the Six of Air. The Six of Air, I tend to call the going home card because it talks about moving from a place of turmoil to a place of peace. And a lot of times it's represented by a person in their little boat or canoe, and they have their 6 knives or 6 swords with them, and they are moving from choppy, troubled waters into calmer water. So they're experiencing actual physical move or change in location, going from a disturbed environment to a more peaceful one, or going from one place to somewhere that at least feels more like home if it's not actually moving back home. In this deck, though, it is about moving from mental and emotional turmoil to a place of peace by way of fellowship and ritual, being in ritual with like-minded people, as you ground yourselves and connect with nature and with one another. So I feel very much like there is a relationship here that is being challenged or challenging someone's spiritual practices and beliefs. And there's a lot of conflicts and sudden upheavals within this relationship because of someone's fears and anxieties about striking while the iron is hot, taking some opportunity as it presents itself. And someone is going to make the decision to get out of their head about whatever this is that they've been worried and concerned about. And that decision to get out of their head and come into their heart space is going to bring in the opportunity for new stability and abundance. Someone is needing to balance themselves out, possibly do some type of water ritual or connect with the moon, and really do the inner soul work, tap into their divine feminine energies, and bring those into balance. There could also be some secrets or some things that are hidden. And I feel like it may be somebody hiding their emotions. But there's still, either way, there is a need for someone to balance all the energies within themselves. And I feel like it's really balancing their disposition. I feel like, if someone is in the energy of hiding their emotions, it's not that they are naturally that way. Someone is hiding their emotions out of fear or out of some imbalance, and spirit is calling for them to balance that energy. And then there is sexual attraction here and invention. Someone coming into their personal power. So a person could be moving back towards someone who they are sexually attracted to, or someone who they see as having come into their personal power, or that is energy that you're going to come into, Scorpio, as you take the time to ground yourself, to be in ritual, and to be in fellowship with like-minded people. Okay. All right, Scorpio, I hope this resonated for you. If it did, please let me know in the comments. Please like the video, share it, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so YouTube notifies you when I upload new videos. Also, follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I will put the links to those in the description box and the link to my website. All right, Scorpio, thank you so much, and I'll see you at your next reading. Pelu Ife with love. Bye-bye.